Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. So, the topic today, or the question today, is when you have it all, but no one to share life with. And I am addressing this towards women. How is life going to look like if you never prioritized relationship? You only focused on getting a career, being strong and independent, not needing a man, partying, whatever the case may be that you chose to prioritize, which definitely is your choice to make. But how is life going to look for a lot of women who are getting older day by day, not realizing that life is so much more than all the monetarily things that you have, achieved, all the luxury, all the things that you can buy, all the traveling that you have done, what is it actually for you? What is the meaning for you? What life is about if you have it all, but you don't have anyone to share life with? And this is a topic that is becoming more and more vocal, not just by me, but by so many other people. And I talked about this in a few episodes ago, some months ago, how the numbers of single women is growing, and there is going to come a time where close to half of healthy working women are going to be single for the rest of their lives, meaning they're going to die alone. And this wasn't just me saying this. This is actually a report of multiple studies, but the most recent one was when an investment bank brought up these numbers and this research that I have been doing because they needed to understand where to put their money in for their investors and how to look into the future, because how society changes is going to have a big impact on where and what we spend our money on. So a lot of people, a lot of women, we do live in the now, in the current moment, without looking at the future. We are healthy now, we are good looking now, we feel good now, we're fit now, we have the money now. But what happens when you get older? And sometimes you don't even need to get that old for things to go completely unexpected. You can have a situation that could be an accident, a really bad injury. But let's take this idea of you're getting older, and getting older is expensive. The cost of living is going to grow. And even if you say you can afford it, but how is that going to look if you have no one around you that's going to care for you? This other idea that people always have is, oh, I have this great social circle. I'm always going to have friends around. I'm never going to be alone. Well, I don't really believe that, because we all know, if we look back to the time when we were kids and when we were teenagers, there were always a bunch of people around. Going towards your early and mid-20s, and, people who are already older than that, they all know that the circle of people you've been around shrinks, gets smaller, different interests, people move away. The job that you have is going to cut the freedom that you have to just, visit friends, travel the world, do whatever you want to. These people that you were close to might have a different path in life that they have chosen to take. Family, live in a different country, all those kind of things. But we don't really think about that. We don't think about the necessity of a relationship, of a husband, of a man in the household. We don't think about families. A lot of women tend to fall and buy into this idea that children, having a husband, having a family is a burden, and you don't really need that. You want to focus on your career. But if you look at most of the careers that women talk about, it's not even a career. is an average job, which is not a bad thing to have an average job. But we are so funny nowadays that we mix up words, take away the meaning just because it makes us feel good. What I think is even worse is when we have women, young women, talking about careers. What career is that you're talking about? You being an OnlyFans girl is a career nowadays? You working in the adult entertainment industry is a career nowadays? Dancing in clubs at night is a career nowadays? So what is actually going on in our society? How is life really going to look for women when they pass certain age, and this idea of life that they thought they would live, or this idea of a relationship of the certain type of guy, the certain type of man that they think they would attract, and they don't get that, how is life going to look? And a lot of us don't think about things like that because we're so busy spending time on social media. We're so busy competing with other women. We're so busy gluing lashes. And I really need to say something. These lashes on Black women in particular, it needs to stop. We look like clowns. It is not cute. We look irresponsible the way we carry ourselves. I think that's going to be a whole different episode that I need to dedicate time to, talking about how we actually carry ourselves. It's not a great look. But if anyone has an answer to this question, how is life going to look when you have it all, but you don't have anyone to share life with? And to be honest, in most cases, people think they have it all. People think they have a great career. People think they're making this lavish amount of money, not really understanding how expensive life is getting day by day. Not thinking about the consequences of choices that they made early on and how that's going to look in future. Is life really just about pretending to achieve things that are not meaningful? If you look at life really, you're going to see that everything that is actually meaningful came for free. The ability to love, the ability to think, the ability to express yourself. Life itself came for free. The ability to create family, breathing, talking, being joyful. All these things that are actually meaningful, that make life what it is, came for free. But we're so focused on the complete opposite, on things that are not going to fulfill us. And then especially as women, I think we have been so confused to step away from our natural by competing against men, by adapting into masculinity, not understanding that the masculine nature, the masculine trait is pure survival. Femininity is completely different. We have been created completely different. You can call it God, you can call it nature, because some people are not religious. I'm not trying to get into a religious, topic right now. But however we were created, we can definitely agree that we were created differently. The masculine energy that men have is fight, provide, protect. It's always based on, having to do more, working, make sure you have this. It's a lot of stress if you think about it. But because that is their nature, and I'm not sure, if you ask them, I think if they could switch it, they would rather relax as well, right? I don't think it's fun for men always having this stress of, I need to hustle, I need to do more, I have so much on my shoulder to carry. But they can do it because that is their natural. You would see how men can work in whatever field they are, the average jobs that are actually very meaningful, because that is what brings our society to where it is, or the high scale jobs where you see people working in law firms committing hours and hours every week. But they can do it because that is how their mind is framed by nature. But we can't. Most women who try to chase that kind of career path, They are going to quit because it is not in your natural. You're going to get tired. At some point, close to hitting 30 or mid 30, you're going to sit there and start asking yourself, why am I doing this? Is this all about, is this what life is all about? You're going to start thinking and missing companionship, relationship, family, the lies that you've been telling yourself that you don't need children and you don't need a husband. It's going to come up at some point and you start asking yourself, oh, did I miss out? So what is life about for women in our modern times? How is it going to look for a lot of women who've been buying into strong and independency? What is it going to look like? What is the outcome? If anyone has an answer to this, please comment under the comment section. I would be so interested to see the point of view of other people, of other women, and men, feel free to comment as well, because this should create a conversation. However, guys, I hope you enjoy. Bye.